And we interrupt programming for a 2 on your side weather alert update. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Claudine Ewing. Right now, City of Buffalo leaders are giving an update on their storm cleanup efforts. We're going to hear from Buffalo Mayor Byron Brown as well as some other city officials. They are taking the podium right now, and let's listen in.
Okay, Commissioner Martin.
Good afternoon. I'm Nate Martin, Commissioner of Public Works in the City of Buffalo. Thank you to the media for joining us today. Just want to give a little bit of a general update on the status of things related to this storm. Really a week-long storm, even though we had a little bit of a pause for a brief part of the day. As you know, we lifted the travel ban in the southern part of the city today at 8 a.m. We'll evaluated the conditions at that point in time, our progress from the DPW and all of our contractors clearing the streets. Evaluated the forecast and thought for at that point in time appropriate to open the ban as other communities had done in our area. So that went into effect at 8 a.m. We still have a travel advisory throughout the area, throughout all the city of Buffalo. Still snowing even at this point in time. That band has reformed south of Buffalo, moved back up over the city. Expected to drop inches of snow today, tonight, and tomorrow. So we still have an active snow situation. So with that, a travel advisory is still in effect. We have a lot of heavy equipment in the DPW at this point in time on the street. 348 pieces of equipment between front end loaders and dump trucks are on the street. So a lot of heavy equipment, moving snow, clearing streets, hauling snow away. And with that, we're going to begin an operation this evening that I wanted to explain, that we wanted to explain. I'm joined by a few other groups here. A coordinated effort tonight at starting at 8 p.m. to clear the streets of those hardest hit areas in the city. Kaisertown, South Buffalo, Old First Ward, everything below the southern part of the city that was hit the hardest. So a combined effort between police, DPW, and parking to really do a street by street, full clear from curb to curb of those areas. So what you'll see tonight, starting at 8 p.m., an operation that will run this evening, overnight, and into tomorrow. A coordinated effort. Police will be involved, and I'll have Commissioner Gramalia explain that role in a little bit, but they'll be involved with traffic control, blocking streets. Commissioner of Parking Ray Wagner, his team will be involved to mini tow vehicles off of a street. So we'll have to get those vehicles off the street. As soon as those vehicles are mini towed to a location right around the corner, the DPW will come in with our contractors and clear the street, curb to curb, removing the snow. At that point in time, parking will bring the vehicle back onto the street, and we will proceed to the next street. We'll be doing that with 2 sets of teams. Working across, again, those affected areas, Kaisertown and South Buffalo, to work all the streets in the area. So the operation is geared at clearing the streets, getting that amount of snow off the streets. We've got to get it out now to prepare ourselves for the rest of winter. So an operation to clear the streets. So with that, I'll turn it over to Commissioner Gramalia.
All right, thank you, sir. As Commissioner Martin said, this is going to be a coordinated effort. Buffalo police officers, marked police vehicles will be out there assisting DPW and parking. That's going to consist of, in the affected areas, police officers shutting down streets, blocking them at each end, ensuring that vehicles do not go down there and get in the way. I please ask cooperation, patience from everybody. Do not try to get around the police officer. If you live on that street, you're just going to have to park your car elsewhere, walk down the sidewalk to get to your house. If anybody is coming out of your home while your car is being mini towed, unfortunately, there's a lot of cars that are buried under several feet of snow and have been plowed in. We certainly understand that that is too much for a lot of people to shovel out. So a tow truck may be pulling your car out. If you see your car being pulled out, we are absolutely going to let you take the car once it is safe to do so. You can drive that car out of there, but please do not run into the street. Do not run in front of the tow truck. Be mindful that there are very heavy pieces of equipment that are out there. You can get people's attention. There will be DPW supervisors that are out on foot while around this equipment. You can certainly call out to wave somebody down. The tow truck will allow you to take that car and get it off of the street. This is all being done in an effort to clear your street from curb to curb to get all of the snow out of there. We will be moving around in different parts of the city, so I just ask for compliance with the police officers. Follow their direction and don't get in the way of the equipment. We appreciate everybody's cooperation. This is going to go as smooth as we can possibly make it. And with that, I'd like to introduce Council President Christopher Scanlon to come and talk a little further. Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you, Commissioner. First and foremost, I want to take a moment to thank the mayor and his administration for how they've addressed this snow event and everyone involved. Commissioner Martin, Commissioner Gramalia, the entire team. I'm really the southern portion of the city, the amount of snow that it's been hit by has been borderline unbelievable to watch it just continue to fall. So the amount of work that they've done, coordinating the private contractors, everyone coming in, it's really been a tremendous job that they've done, so I wanted to thank them. To the residents at home, I want to ask for your continued patience. Not just with the snow removal, but as we move into this phase tonight of the mini tows and things like that, ask for your continued patience. I know it's difficult to be cooped up at home. You want to get out, but it's not safe. There's a tremendous amount of snow. There's snow piled. It's not just a snow moving operation, as we've heard in the past. You know, it's a snow removal. So there's heavy pieces of equipment all over the southern portion of the city. So we don't want you out there in your car driving around or trying to get to your car when there's these heavy pieces of equipment around. Again, as the Commissioner Grimalia said, if you see someone starting to pull your car out tonight, come out, but be very careful as you come out and try and flag someone down and get your car. Otherwise, just try and be patient. We're going to continue to move these cars around, move the snow out, and get back to business as usual as soon as possible. So, thank you.
Pardon, Commissioner Wagner, just wanted to say a couple points. Outside of South Buffalo, Kaisertown, Lovejoy, and Old First Ward, we will be enforcing parking, and please park in throughout the city in all the proper posted parking areas. The other thing that I would like to announce is we will be, if you're using the wrap lots or the parking garages, that will we ask the residents to get the vehicles out of there by 12 p.m. on Saturday. And finally, if we can't tow your vehicle back to your street, we will have a list that we will be providing to a district to let you know where the vehicle has been towed to, if we have to tow it to a different location. Oh yeah, and the number is 716-851-4415. Again, that's 716-851-4415. Thank you.
Thanks, Commissioner. So again, the goal, tow the vehicles out, clear the street, put them back. Again, as the Commissioner said, if we're not able to get them back in place, you'll be able to call and find those. Again, this is about street clearing. There will be no cost to the residents for this movement of the car. That is at the city's expense. Again, our goal is to get those streets cleared of all the snow. So with that, we'll open up for a few questions.
Will there be a list of streets that are going to be affected, and how can people find that out?
We're working through those lists now, so it's not every street in those parts of the town, it's targeted streets, so we'll prepare. We're working with the city engineer, Nolan Skipper, Deputy Commissioner, so we'll put a list together as soon as we can to identify those. But as the operation starts in the evening, know that we'll be operating in Kaisertown, certainly in South Buffalo, so when you see the presence of the police on certain streets, you'll know it's coming. But the cars parked on both sides, where we can't actually get in there and clear, is really the sign that your street's probably on the list.
You'll be doing this throughout the night?
Continuously.
How long will it take?
Yeah, so we're gonna start at 8 p.m. tonight. It'll go through the evening hours. It'll go overnight hours, and we will continue tomorrow as well. Our goal is to move all the cars, clear as quickly as possible, get those cars back and move on to the next street. So not every street is impacted, so we're gonna hit those ones that are impacted. And certainly we've been clearing all the rest of the streets in the southern part of the city and across the city as well. But we'll continue the operation until we've got every street taken care of.
Anyone else?
You don't have the list set, right, you said, but what would be the first part of town that you would start with at 8 o'clock?
Kaisertown, certainly. I mean, that's where
And you have just been listening to a press conference with city officials. What we're hearing is that there is a coordinated effort to remove snow in some of the hardest hit areas of the city of Buffalo. We're talking about Lovejoy, Kaisertown, obviously South Buffalo and the Old First Ward. Starting at 8 o'clock this evening, you're going to see in those areas that some of the streets are going to be blocked off by Buffalo police. Many tow trucks will be there. Those tow trucks will take away any cars that are in the way, because what the city wants to do is clear the snow so that these streets are clear curb to curb. Those mini tows will get the cars out, and then they will bring them back. If they cannot bring the car back, you will have a number where you can call to find out where your vehicle is actually located. We heard from Nate Martin, as well as the council president, Chris Scanlon, who represents South Buffalo. Again, parking rules will also be enforced in the city of Buffalo, but it is important to know that starting at 8 o'clock in those specific areas, and we're talking about South Buffalo, Kaisertown, the Old First Ward, and Lovejoy, those streets are going to be blocked by, some streets are going to be blocked by Buffalo police so that they can be cleared of snow curb to curb. Many tows will be there to take cars away. that are in the way, and we know that some of those cars are already buried by the snow. In other news, we want to let you know that the Skyway is now back open. The Buffalo Public Schools will be closed again tomorrow. Right now, there is still a travel advisory in effect in the city of Buffalo. And we are also learning of this, an accident on the westbound thruway. This is in West Seneca, not far from the 400. It appears at least 2 tractor trailers are off to the side of the road that's backing up traffic right now. We're going to have more information as it becomes available. We want you to stay with 2 on your side for the latest storm updates online at WGRZ.com, as well as on air right here on Channel 2. We're going to have much more on this storm coming up on Most Buffalo at 4 o'clock. Now back to our regular scheduled program.